call to adventure, like the call to leave behind the everyday world, the common, ordinary world of family and social reality, and go in quest of something, not even quite sure what it is, but somehow motivated. This whole question of what starts somebody off, on the transformation quest or process is a very interesting one.
There's no GoFundMe. Just buy my book.
Tight spaces. Hi. So, hey, physical. Man, emotional maybe. You know when you try to puke but nothing comes out? White Manga here with Allergies, the creator of Apple Black. I like what I do, and I do my best. 2 volumes out as of recording. The other 2 are available for pre-order. And there's more to come. I'm already working on the 5th. Volume 1 to 4 are kind of like the first main arc. There's other things in there, but the first main arc, almost like a season 1. And I plan for people to like my series from the first chapter. I think if you ever consume all 4 volumes, that's a good determining factor of whether you actually like the series or not. Right? If you don't like the series at volume 4, maybe, but I am very confident that you will. And excited, even despite the pain, to share what I have in store. But that's not what the video is about. Because thankfully, many of you already like volume 1. All the reviews have been great on Amazon and Goodreads for all the other volumes as well. For those who have the volumes, thank you very much. But more reviews are greatly appreciated. We're trying to get to 300. See this Apple Black shirt right here? Right? This is available in Spencer's. Please show the shirt some love. The better the shirt performs, then we're going to get more shirts, not just for Apple Black, but for other series within Saturday AM, where I am co-founder. I moved things around because the table here, the table in front of me, is a flexi spot. It's adjustable on the height. With my injuries, I couldn't draw on this table. I couldn't sit. I had to bring everything a little lower. I tried to stand even, but I can't stand for long. And I also can't sit for long, so this video hopefully is not going to be a doozy for me. So what happened? Days ago, maybe a week, I was in surgery for my knee. Years ago, and you can actually tell in old photos at conventions in New York. Saturday AM in New York for Anime NYC, and all the conventions that we're at during that time, because back then, I got injured while playing soccer. And it's not even from the soccer. It's from the soccer, but it was like a freak accident type thing. Like a dude fell at an awkward angle while I was defending him, perfectly if I might add. He trips and falls, shoulders first, big dude. I'm talking Bobby Lashley looking dude. On my knee, loud pop, I was out for like a year, right? I was on crutches, but I didn't have surgery. I didn't know anything crazy had happened, but I always knew my knee, something's up, right? And then it's just kind of gotten worse after that year of just nothing. I gained a lot of weight. It's crazy. It's been very difficult, and I think it's gotten worse. It's been exacerbated. And so my meniscus got messed up. Luckily, doctor says it didn't have to be replaced. It was repairable, and it flipped to the wrong side. So they had to put it back and repair it. Huge brace. It's like one of those. You get the hang of it. Feel
A little bit drunk.
No.
Some people it takes longer than others.
Had to be anesthesia, but I don't remember getting knocked out. I don't remember any of this. All I remember is waking up afterwards. All the surgery stuff, which I've done, thankfully it was successful. The Anime NYC, that's from 2017. So I've kind of been with this knee injury for a while, and I just recently fixed it. So I have to chill for 4 to 6 weeks. No pressure, and then I'll have rehab afterwards, but it's affecting me work. I can't really draw on the table. I can't draw for long. I can't sit for long. I can't stand for long. And I have a crazy deadline. We'll get to that. And then after the surgery, I've been having crazy fevers. So this one's new. It has nothing to do with the knee. And I think it's stemming from the allergies that I have. And I usually have allergies in spring. There's a lot going on. I have a headache. The deadline is fast approaching. And it's kind of difficult because I have I'm behind. I'm very behind. Especially after the surgery, I was bedridden for a lot of days. And I still kind of am, but I can sit down and maybe try to draw one comic page here and there. Or something. I don't even feel right just laying down. As you can imagine, crazy expenses. Did not expect it. I posted a tweet recently about having to deal with a lot of bills that come out of nowhere, and people thought it was like rich man problems. No, it's not. No, it is not. I was talking about this. Fever, surgery, private life thing that happened as well that I can't talk about. Like the last week has been, oh gosh. Do you want to puke or not? Private stuff that I don't want to share. No need to. The post, funny enough, did well. People showed love. Even old friends were reaching out to make sure I was okay. So I appreciate that, and you guys, a few of you guys did know, as well as all the well wishes. As you can imagine, the illness is affecting my work, as I explained, and a lot of people attributed this to the life of a manga artist. At some point, it is a rite of passage. You gotta go to the hospital at least once or twice, okay? Minimum. It could be a combination of stress, but it was sparked by allergies and knee surgery. All the hospital visits that I was supposed to have gone on, they're all coming in at one time. And as they're coming in, the moolah is going out. You know what I mean?
ってことはじゃあワンカット作ったらかなりお金入るんじゃないですか。1ヶ月とかかかります。すごい世界ですね。
Manga artists do not get enough sleep.
平均すると1時間とか2時間の睡眠になっちゃうんで、あんまり睡眠になっちゃうんで。
Some get sick, and the pay is not always great, even when you're successful. Don't believe me. I had a chat with Tony Valente.
Because you have solid backgrounds. I saw that.
You have solid backgrounds.
Thank you.
You have solid backgrounds.
No, you.
Yeah. No, you. Creator of Radiant, a successful manga with 2 seasons of anime. And even he'd say the same thing. And then there are other stories of manga artists getting sick. Sometimes you can see them really rushing on their pages on the serialized versions of the manga. They would kind of refine it sometimes at the end for the volume. But with all that pressure, sometimes it can fall ill. This line of work, it's not just manga / comic / manhwa artists. Even animation. I've made several videos that touch on this. So I have taken a hit. But positive, I strongly believe I will pull through. I just will. So hopefully you guys don't worry too much. I am ultimately fine. And all the talk about, hospital stuff, being a comic artist, being in this industry, where you're hustling a lot. It's a lot of stress. And even not just this space, but entrepreneurial work overall, hustling, social media, all this jazz, and which for what I have so far, I'm lucky to have. But obviously, I wouldn't say nobody knows about me, but I've never considered myself a popular online person. The less known you are, the more difficult everything is. So it's good to take advantage of the digital age that we're in. But it got me thinking, like I said, when you're in this space and what comes with it, the social hit, you're mostly in your box. Financially is never as good as it could be, especially in the beginning. Unless you have like a big break later, no. Sometimes you can have a big enough break to where you're good for life, but that's not the vast majority. Some people work forever. So when I see creators talking about, I want to be a comic artist, I want to be a manga artist, obviously I never discourage, because I'm not comfortable telling people what they can and cannot do. But I just hope that they are prepared and they know what the road is going to look like. And it might be worse for almost a decade before anything good happens. And maybe after a decade, if nothing pans out, absolutely nothing, then you might want to have to reconsider everything. But that's a journey for you guys. Everybody's journey is different. Those are my first thoughts without going into great detail. Maybe I'll have a separate video that touches on that specifically. But you gotta be consistent. You gotta put work out. I'm injured, but I can't my body won't even let me just lay there the whole day. It's impossible. I have to get up and do at least something. I'm not even gonna feel good. I'm trying to grow social media. I found some success, but definitely not enough. 500,000 subscribers. Well, it's not 500,000 subscribers that bought the book. I tell you, 500,000 subscribers bought my book, I will not be here. I will not be here. But that's normal. Really, conversion rates when you're selling stuff, it's like 5%, 8%. Anything higher than 7, you're kind of good. And that's like 8% from people who maybe are aware of the news that you're selling stuff. I'm talking about paying for stuff, not liking, not hitting the subscribe button. I'm talking about money. 5 to 8%, right? Anything higher, you're doing good. And it's not all at once. It happens over time. It just depends on how successful you are. So the more popular you are, the better. But also, you also want to make sure the product is good. And thankfully, you guys have enjoyed all the volumes so far. And I'm telling you, it only gets better. Do not miss Volume 3. And definitely do not miss Volume 4. Volume 1, great. Volume 2, good. But I'm getting better over time. So it only gets better and better and better and better, and hopefully you guys stick around. The book industry, if you're an author in any way, if you're in social media in any way, or anything entrepreneurial, anything, especially starting off, it is very hard. So I just want to make sure that those who, you have these big dreams when you're young, or you want to be a manga artist, hopefully you're thinking about it holistically and you are actually serious before you devote maybe more time than you should. You need to really, really be honest with yourself and realize if this is a path you want to go down. And if it is, good luck. A lot of people who say, oh yeah, I want to be a manga artist, maybe they said that like 10 years ago. And today, they're not doing that. They're doing something else. something else that maybe pays the bills. And maybe you can do it as a hobby later. Everybody has their journey and they need to figure it out. You might get so stressed that you're sick. And it might come at a time where you're on crutches and also suffering from allergies. And then have a deadline where you need to at least ink like 90 pages in a month. I'm so behind. Then on top of that, the hurdle of just being in America, you're not Japanese, you don't have the funding that all those popular manga artists have with a ton of manga assistance and help and marketing and funding and popularity and maybe a bunch of YouTubers talking about it. You're just not there yet. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I'm on shelves where I'm competing with Attack on Titan and all of that, which I think I can compete. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, there's stuff out here. And my plan is not to do this forever. My plan is not to be living like this forever. No. I'm prepared to go ham for many years. It's been a decade so far, and I can go for more. But I'm definitely going ham now, so I don't have to go ham later. I don't even plan for a long series. I'm not trying to pull a One Piece type thing. A lot of long-running series or books or whatever, outside of the Grey's Anatomy types, long-running stuff is very Japanese. I'm not Japanese. I live in Japan. It's manga, but it's not Japanese manga. With Sad AM and even the founder, we encourage people to do things at the pace given to you, the pace that makes the most sense for the situation. And you can tell in some of the anime stuff where there was a time in One Piece, y'all know what I'm talking about. As soon as the episode begins, it's already over. I used to even think that maybe I do like 30-ish volumes, but now I think the perfect number, I've kind of been writing because I have to write stuff for volume 5, 6, and I'm just looking at everything, and I think I can actually make everything work for 23 volumes because our books are actually a little heavier than most manga out there. With this 200 pages per book. There's a post-credit scene. There's a lot of content. I'm probably looking at 23 volumes for 200 plus books, like 200 and maybe 10 pages of manga. Not extra stuff, not table of content or anything like that. 23 volumes, including a time skip. That includes a time skip. 23 volumes, everything, the story I have, outside of, potential spin-offs and sequels or anything like that, if I'm lucky to get those. Though there will be an original short story for Apple Black with a completely different artist in the next Saturday Annual book, which is another book that we published. We had Saturday Annual 2023, but for 2024, there is an original Apple Black. It's kind of like, not filler, kind of like when the animes have like the films that go in the cinema, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Stuff is even left to right. I know some people like to argue about that stuff. I have links to explain why you're wrong. If you don't agree, that's fine. Whatever. We move, right? What's most important is that people enjoy the story. I want to keep arguing about manga, blah, 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 blah. You do you. Comics, manga, same thing. In an ideal world, the first thing is I want to make sure I tell the best possible story. And so far, so good. And I'm improving. So I'm excited to share all this stuff. That's why, laying down, even though I'm ill, I want you guys to see it. I want to share these stories because I think they're good. I think they're interesting. Some of the parts are very thought-provoking. I think it encapsulates what I enjoy about shonen mangas like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Gintama, Dragon Ball, while doing some original stuff, new stuff that you've never seen, drawing from influences that are not traditionally drawn from, diverse cultures and countries and history, some from my home country, Nigeria, doing things with some of the villains and the main character that I'm sure are either rarely ever done, but I know I'm doing in a fun, new way. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I can't wait for the theory videos. So that's first, right? And then volume 1 to 4, like I said, it's kind of like the first seasons. Hopefully you guys get all of those. Given the healthcare bills, I really hope you guys get as much as you can, but do the best you can. Anything is appreciated greatly. I also have a cough. Make the manga, still grow on social media. Get animation. You'd be surprised some of the discussions that have already been had.
Come on.
There'll be deals that'll come here and there. There's stuff that has come before where we have Saturday AM characters on Flick Solitaire for solitaire game. We've had toys of our characters, blown up, more adaptations, video games even, merch, maybe being a producer of some kind, film, animation, other projects. I don't want to do this forever. A lot of stores don't like books that go on forever because they can't get their hands on every issue, every volume, and there isn't enough shelf space. You don't need a bajillion pages to tell a good story. You don't need a bajillion volumes to tell a good story. Like I said, other projects, Some spin-offs that maybe I'm not even the artist for, but I might supervise and or write. Like the short story I talked about. It's pretty good. I think I like what I wrote. And I can't wait for you guys to see that. I can't wait for you guys to see what the 2 artists did on it. I did some artistic stuff editing it here and there, but can't wait for you guys to see that. The plan is to go ham for as long as I can so I don't have to go ham anymore. I'm not with the commission life or the constant hopping from convention to convention for artist alleys and doing that and, you know, driving everywhere. A shout out to those who do it and like it and are successful at it. That's just not me. And I can do it for a little bit, but definitely it's not long term. I'm sure there are artists that are just doing it, hoping for the best. And sometimes you can get good contacts at convention and artist alley and stuff like that. And then you expand into other things. But my point is, I'm doing all of this so I don't have to. I'm doing all of this because I like my story. I love my story. And I feel like it must be, I know it must be told. I would be incomplete in life if it's not. You can think of it as a calling. Even though I'm sick, even though I'm going through all of this stuff, there is no resentment. There is stress, but there is also a lot of love and excitement to share what I have with you guys. Hopefully you guys support, especially with these bills. I feel like Bernie Sanders right now. America missed their chance twice. My mind is not changed, and I'm prepared for the work that is to come because I have a plan, and I like my plan. Viral moments, great reviews, Saturday AM growing, new partnerships, trying to grow social media, especially after Volume 4 is done. I'm going to take like a tiny break, just YouTube videos galore, and I'm not worried about pages. I might still be writing, but just videos as well. I'm excited to share my work and bend some minds. Our books are in Walmart. Shout out to Walmart. They got they got the most of our books. So that's one of the best places to get it. But it's also Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Right Stuff Anime, anywhere books are available. 9 times out of 10, it's there. It's in multiple countries. So I'm excited. Stuff is happening. My leg hurts from sitting down, but I'm not even thinking about that much. There's no GoFundMe. The best way to support me is obviously the free stuff like liking the videos, following me on social media, subscribing to the YouTube channel especially, but Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, just follow me on all of those. I even draw some of the comic pages live on Twitch, sometimes on YouTube, but on Twitch. So support me those ways, engage with the video as best as you can. Liking the videos helps more people see it. Subscribing helps more people see it too, especially if you subscribe from watching the video. But then it's getting the books. Get the books, guys. And it's not just get the books, you know, to help me with healthcare bills, but I think it's a great book. And I think it gets better, guaranteed. The books, Shirt, Volume 1 to 4 of Apple Black, first season. Get it all if you can. Goodreads and Amazon reviews. We need like at least 300 reviews, like words. So shout out to those who are already supporting the mission, supporting me, supporting this channel, supporting Saturday AM overall. I will get better. Thanks for all the well wishes. Watch more videos. It's My Manga. And I'm out.
It's like chill. Like the video and subscribe.